I'm assuming that this chart is what comes to your mind whenever you think about strength or endurance training. It's not completely wrong, but it's not enough if you want to train for strength properly, because muscles, nervous system, and your joints work in different ways. At the end of this video, you're gonna learn if you can train both, and if so, how. The first major difference is that in order to grow your muscle, you need mechanical tension. What that means is that muscles don't count sets, so you can do 1 to 2 sets per exercise and get the same result of 4x12. Because like I said, muscles don't count sets, people. Please remember that. If you did your set with intensity that generates just enough stimulus for the muscle to grow, then you're good. However, if you want to build strength, you need adaptation. Because strength is actually a skill that you teach it to your body through time by putting your body under heavy loads and adapting to it. In hypertrophy, you isolate the muscle because you want aesthetic. In fact, almost all of the Mr. Olympia competitors have coaches so they can reach the aesthetic standards. Just being big and lean isn't enough to win. But while building strength, you train your body as one unit. You choose 3 to 4 big compound lifts, squats, bench, deadlift, and maybe the shoulder barbell press. But because adaptation is important, you can do 1 to 2 sets per week with high intensity and expect to get strong. Well, actually you will get strong, but it's so fatiguing and it's not gonna be the most effective way to train for strength, which means that you need heavy high frequency sets with 1 to 2 reps in the tank. The third major difference is training splits. In hypertrophy, you have programs like PPL, bro split, upper lower, all aiming to isolate the muscle, while in strength, you have splits to isolate the movements. But you have to manage your recovery well while organizing your splits. In hypertrophy, because you're doing slow eccentrics and going for mid to high intensity according to your frequency, you are less likely to get injured and it's easier to progress. But if you are training for strength, you need to manage your muscles, nervous system, and joints health. I'm saying joints health because these movements with high loads are very taxing on your joints and nervous system, that some days you're gonna need to go lighter or even take a full rest day. So what now? Can you train both? The answer is yes. By mixing some heavy compounds and some hypertrophy work, you can train both. But you need to reduce the volume. For example, if you normally do 5 heavy bench sets while training for strength and you want to build muscle too, you can do the same strength volume and hypertrophy after that, because that way you're gonna exhaust your body. The better option is to do 3 heavy bench sets, then maybe some chest flies and triceps work. But that means that you're not gonna be able to achieve the best results of one discipline. If you want the maximum output, you gotta focus on one discipline, but you can still benefit from both training styles. So the choice is yours. Tell me what would you choose in the comments and tell me about topics that you are interested in. Bye!